let's talk about the $2,000 hat press that's flying off the shelves. And yes, I did say $2,000. Now, for some people, you might be thinking like, dude, that's a lot of money. There's no way people are actually buying that. That's crazy. And there's other people who already have the press who are like, no, it's the best thing I've ever bought. So let's talk about it. Today, we're talking about the Stahls Hotronix 360 IQ cap press. As of the filming of this video, the Stahls Hotronix 360 IQ cap press costs $2,000 plus a steak dinner. And you might be thinking that is a lot of cash to spend on one single heat press. And depending on what your shop's output is, you just might be right. However, if your shop is constantly printing hats, especially structured hats, this is gonna be completely worth it, and it's actually gonna pay itself off in no time at all. So let's talk about the features on this machine. So when we look at the 360 IQ cap press, you can clearly see that it's different. This thing, I mean, it looks like a beast. You get a little closer and you see that lower platen. Now this silicone lower platen, you can see it has that extra special shape to it. It looks a little bit more like a hat, doesn't it? Now this lower platen is heated with an independent temperature control, so you can actually press your hats with the heat coming from the bottom up. I'll talk about that in a second, why that's so important. But the main reason why the 360 IQ cap press is worth every last penny is how easy it is to press structured hats without the need for any foam or padding on the lower platen. We've made videos on this, Stahls has made videos on this for their other cap presses. But basically, the big problem in the industry was that when you're pressing certain shapes of hats, the curve of the hat doesn't always match the curve of the lower platen. When you're pressing a structured hat, like the Richardson 112, if it doesn't line up and you press it, it's gonna crease. But the heated lower platen allows the buckram and the structure of the crown to become a little bit more flexible. So you let it sit on there for a few seconds and then you can pull the hat tightly over the lower platen, and now it's been molded to the shape of the lower platen. So we don't have the gap anymore. We don't have the crease anymore, and now you're pressing your structured caps with no problem, no crease, no issues at all. Of course, there are other features that really make this the Cadillac of cap presses. I mean, you have the IQ, it's a smart control, so you're able to report usage data back to your computer via the cloud. You can keep track of what your output is. You're able to store presets onto the machine, and it's an auto open, which again, it's these premium features that Stahls Hotronix thought about that really makes this a phenomenal cap press. All right, so those are all the features on the 360 IQ cap press, but why is it worth $2,000 in a steak dinner? Well, let me tell you. First of all, it makes pressing your structured hats an absolute breeze. And this is great if you're in a shop that's gonna press different types of hats, hats with different shapes and curves. Like, it's easy because you no longer have to readjust the entire press by, adding the pads or the foam or anything like that. You don't have to do that for every different hat. Now, just all your structured hats, boom, 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 you're able to go. So it's gonna save you time and it's gonna save you a headache as well. Now, because the heat is able to come from the bottom, you can reduce the top heat, which is great when you're pressing synthetic hats. There are some materials out there that they're just a lot more heat sensitive, and when you apply the heat from the top, it scorches the top fibers. However, when you apply the heat from the bottom, nobody can see those fibers. So you're able to transfer a wider variety of materials with the 360 IQ. This bottom heat also makes pressing patches super easy. You're able to get a full and complete transfer on the patches. And I'm not talking about just like your basic patches. Now you're able to do leather, PVC, these 3D patches that are absolutely amazing. You could press them easier, better, more completely with the bottom heat. Now, the reason why it's called the 360 IQ is because you can press the hat in 360. You're able to press all sides. So temple hits, you're able to press over the snap, or if it's a fitted hat, you could press the back there. You could press all sides of the hat with ease, which is, again, great for your business because now you can offer more options to your customers. And if you're like me and you don't want to have a ton of different machines, you could use the 360 for your inside neck labels on the t-shirt or for the sleeve hits. It works great for that. I think the only consideration that you want to have when purchasing the 360 IQ is that it is a one size fits most. And it's not really going to be well suited for smaller hats like for children or even certain size youth hats. This is going to be mainly for adult size hats. So if your whole business is based around making kids hats, you'll probably want to go for a smaller hat press. But for everybody else pressing adult size hats, this is going to be amazing for your business. So with all this information on the 360 IQ cat press, I think it's very clear that it is completely worth the investment. We've had tons of customers give us great feedback on the machine, not only the quality of the machine, the awesome experience using the machine, but the fact that they're able to pay it off in no time at all, usually within just a few months of owning it. I've actually had the opportunity to press a few hundred hats with the 360 IQ press that we have here at HPN, but honestly, I'm ready to buy one for my own shop at home. This thing is absolutely killer. But you know, why don't you tell me what you think? Sound off in the comments if you feel that the 360 IQ is gonna be worth it for your business, or even better, if you have a 360 IQ, please let us know what your experience has been. Now, if you want to purchase your very own Stahls Hotronix 360 IQ cat press, head on over to heatpressnation.com, where we have the largest selection of professional heat presses in the USA. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments or give us a call at 800-215-0894. Our friendly team of My Expert support staff are ready to talk to you and get you connected with the right press for your business. All right, that's gonna do it for me. We'll see you around.